The first week of October is National Customer Service Week. And while many of us might think this is no big deal, the reality is everybody has a horror story about some terrible treatment. Probably you do, whether it's at the doctor's office or maybe the grocery store, the bank, the mall, wherever. Well, Chen is the president of Global Professional Protocol. She's here today to talk about why good customer service is so hard to find. Good to see you, Christine.
Hello, Melanie.
It does seem like bad service is all we get these days. Why is that?
Well, I don't know. I think we're a little bit, everyone's busy and doesn't take time. And a lot of companies, they don't know that they're offering bad customer service. There was a survey done, 361 companies, and customers were surveyed about their experience in these companies, and only 8% said they got world-class customer service. And then the companies themselves were surveyed, 80% thought they gave world-class customer service. So there's a false sense of I'm doing well, and really, which one matters most?
And I think the customer just really wants average service, just what we can expect
Right.
service. I mean, nobody really expects you to like do somersaults and go over the top. Just give me regular service.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know,
it's funny that the companies think they're doing a great job.
They're doing well, which is really interesting to me.
Did you ever have an experience with some really horrible service?
I actually did. I don't know if I'd consider it horrible, but our little grocery store in our town, they started doing a dry clean service at their grocery store. I thought, great, this is convenient, how nice for the customer, you know, they're looking out for me, and it was cheaper. First time I go, I couldn't find somebody to help me at the service desk to pick up my dry cleaning. I had to go and find somebody. She was talking to another person and seemed annoyed. I thought, okay, I'll let this go. Second time I go, again, they didn't have my things ready for me. Third time I go, there's still no one there. I had to go find somebody. A young guy comes behind the counter, and he, over the loudspeaker, says, we need customer service and customer service. I thought, okay, you really do need some customer service. So I'm not going back.
Yeah,
you know, so they lost a customer.
Yeah.
And
the least they need to do is staff the place if they're going to open it, right?
Exactly.
So what do you think as customers, what should the minimum standards be? What can we minimally expect a retail outlet to do for us?
Okay, well, some of the things that businesses need to think about, they need to put themselves in the place of the customer. What would you like? Go above and beyond. Most businesses are doing reactionary service versus anticipatory service, where if you anticipate the customer's needs before they even know they need it, that's fantastic. Like, I went to the Brighton store, and when I walked in, this is a couple years ago, it was a very hot day. I walked in, they came up, didn't ask me what I was looking for. They said, you know, it's really hot outside. Would you like a bottle of cold water?
Wow.
So they were anticipating my need before I even knew that I needed. You know, the Ritz-Carlton, they're known for their customer service, and one of their mottos is, we are ladies and gentlemen serving ladies and gentlemen. So that's in their back of their mind all the time. They are expected to say, it is my pleasure. You know, you don't say no to a customer. You know, yes, now what is your question? So it's that type of mentality that employees should be putting, or their employers should be teaching.
When you were offered that cold bottle of water on a hot day when you didn't really know you needed it, but then here it was in your hand and you're like, wow. Did that make you more apt to shop there?
Oh, of
Spend
course
money
it
there?
did. Of course. And when I walk in, they act like I'm their only customer. You know, they make me feel that I'm really important to them. And these are the things that when you put into place those non-negotiable standards, which stores like the Nordstrom, Ritz, these customer service friendly businesses that we always hear about, when you put into place these non-negotiable standards, like you must, not it's an option, but you must, every time a customer walks through the door, stop what you're doing, look up and say hello. And if you know the customer, say their name. Things like this, you know, you don't say no to a customer. Don't say it's not my job, or, you know, say something negative about your competitors. These non-negotiable standards that are in place to make sure that every employee across the board is doing the same thing, because a customer doesn't want to be surprised. You want to know that I get the same service when I go to the cash register as I do when I'm going to customer service, as I do, you know. there are no surprises. You're going to get top-notch customer service.
Makes you feel welcome when you walk in there.
Exactly.
Yes, and like they want your business.
Exactly.
Laurie, I think one of the problem areas arises when there is a problem, a glitch with you can't find something, or it's you need to return it. I mean, tell us about how stores handle that.
Well, we're all human, and mistakes will happen, but if the mistake is not handled properly, there's a good chance you're going to lose that customer. 90% of customers do not return to an organization that makes a mistake and doesn't fix it. But what you can do is look at that mistake as an opportunity, because when you handle the mistake above their expectation, all of a sudden you have a loyal customer who actually is more loyal now than they were before the mistake took place.
Mistakes and the return thing, that's huge for me. I mean, if a store is going to give you a hassle when you want to return something, basically you want a store that's going to, you can take it back no matter what, no questions asked.
Exactly. That's like
Don't
Nordstrom.
make it a hassle. Yeah.
Right. Nordstrom does that. I've taken things back a year later. When something breaks, I'll take it back. No questions asked. They don't look at you as if you're trying to pull one over on them. I read a story where a guy bought tires from a tire store. He went back years later because something happened to the tires. Well, Nordstrom had been built in the place of the tire store. He went in looking, where is the tire store? Do you know they took the tires back?
No way. At Nordstrom?
Yeah, at
when
Nordstrom.
They don't even sell the tires?
Took the tires back. Now that is customer service. It's
That's
amazing.
Unheard of. Yeah, I don't even think that's beyond expectations. All right, so where do you think the stores go wrong, and what could they do to improve their customer service?
Well, I think many times they assume that they have the customer, that they don't really have to provide anything extra. They can provide mediocre service. So I think that's their biggest mistake, because we're living in an experience economy where customers, all of a sudden, price is irrelevant, and the inconvenience is not as important as it used to be, because we want a good experience. We'll drive farther. We'll spend a little bit more if we feel that we're respected, that business really does care about us, they know us. A business, all they have to do is do a little bit a secret investigation to make a customer feel really special. If they find out that the customer went on a vacation, jot that down in their notes the next time they come back. How was your vacation? Don't you love that? They remembered that I went on vacation. So they're failing to make that connection between the customer.
Just the little things.
Yeah.
A little bit of attitude, a little bit of caring attitude.
Exactly.
Well, Christine Chen, etiquette expert, thanks so much for talking with us today.
You're
Customer
welcome.
service, we could all improve there. All right, coming up next, workplace guru Mary Abijay is going to be here, and she'll talk about how the 5 keys to success in a changing and uncertain economy can help us out. Check out our blog, tbd.com, enter in the keywords, Let's Talk Live.